Most black belts get zero education on the art and science of pedagogy. Pedagogy is the method and practice of teaching. I know I didn't get that information. I actually dropped out of high school in 12th grade, but within a few years, I was a college instructor. I went from high school dropout to college karate instructor in an accredited program. I mean, it went on their report cards. It affected their GPA. What was my qualification? Black belt. I was a black belt. I was a good black belt, but they let me loose with these kids. And actually, I created a number of national champions and one world champion out of that class, but I digress. Okay. Over the years, I've seen some really good teachers and some really bad teachers. And the big difference between what was good and what was bad is not what was being taught, but how it was being taught. I remember a guest black belt coming into Walt Bone School to teach class, and when he would sit us down to lecture us. So when he sat us down, it was important to him that we not lean back on our hands. Why wouldn't we lean back on our hands and rest? Because the samurai never leaned back on hands. It would make it harder for them to draw their swords. And I thought, what the heck does this have to do with us? There was another seminar I was at over in Orlando. I was there with my brothers. And this guest grandmaster instructor was inspecting the black belts. He had them all lined up. They're standing at attention and looking straight ahead. And it looked like, military formation. So out of the blue, bang, he punches this guy right in the gut. The guy just drops. He's got the wind knocked out of him. It's like he's dying down there. If you ever had the wind knocked out of you, it's an awful feeling. So the grandmaster turned to the lowly group of underranks, including my brothers and I, who are in the audience witnessing this. So he says to us, in this kind of contrived wisdom voice you've probably heard 1,000 times, "You must always be ready for an attack." Ha ha. And then he picks the guy up, helps him to his feet, and says, "Now you hit me." I mean, Grand Doofus was lucky the guy didn't hit him in the groin, or at least punch him in the face. The guy didn't take the bait, and he punched him in the stomach. And of course, the instructor was ready, and it had no effect on him at all. It's just dumb. At the other end of the spectrum, when I was 16, Joe Lewis came to our school. He actually lived with Walt Bone for about 6 months, and he taught almost every night, and every class was outstanding. That was just a whole different level. The following year, Joe Corley, who's known as the Battle of Atlanta promoter for decades, great guy. He came to our school and taught a kickboxing class. And this was in the earliest days of kickboxing. He was getting ready for his big bout with Bill Superfoot Wallace, another super great guy. So Mr. Corley was teaching class in gray gi pants and no shirt or gi top. It's like we were the cousins in Gone with the Wind. If you haven't seen it, they're fainting every turn. We thought that was pretty cool. We thought it was very modern. But the point is this: he taught the front leg round kick in such a way that it stuck with me to this day. I still teach it that way. So I'd been taught front leg round kick for years. I was really good at it. I was a good, hard training brown belt at the time, because it wasn't what he taught, it was how he taught it. And it really stuck with me, like I said, to this day. And if you ever met Joe Corley, he's just a great guy. So it's a kind of instructor that it's easy to warm up to. He doesn't bring a lot of ego to the plate. So when I created NATMA in 1993, and I started to travel the world to train instructors, it became clear to me that the only education most instructors have are the hand-me-down habits from their own instructors. I saw there was this huge educational gap. Instructors needed and need now a universal course on how to teach the martial arts professionally. And it has to be based on science and psychology, not style and tradition. So my solution was to gather 25 experts on subjects like child psychology, physiology, motivation, and other really important areas of skill that were completely absent from any black belt test or instructor training. The key experience with these 25 experts is that they were all veteran black belts. So this means that they could take their subject expertise and then mold it to the exact needs of the martial arts instructors. The faculty included famous PhDs, professors, Joe Lewis, attorney Scott Conway, and one of my mentors, Brian Tracy, who I'm actually very proud of having him in part of this program. So, and the introduction to the manual was written by another mentor of mine, John Corcoran, the late John Corcoran. The program was a massive hit. Within a year, I was contacted by the Cooper Institute in Dallas, Texas. The Cooper Institute was founded by Dr. Kenneth Cooper. He actually coined the word aerobics. He's also the personal physician to the Bush family and a ton of other really high-profile patients. So this was a big deal. They told me they wanted to present the program in their catalog and certify it to their organization. I was blown away. This was huge. Over the course of the next 4 to 5 years, I certified thousands of instructors. So it was unbelievable. It was fantastic. Not only was the certification program hosted and endorsed and certified by one of the elite facilities in the world, it received unprecedented support from the martial arts world. Joe Lewis actually contributed to the manual. June Reed, Bill Wallace, and a bunch of other legendary martial artists flew to Dallas, Texas, and took the course without being paid to do so to show their support for the thing. So today, the updated version is the MATA certification program. It's at matacertification.com. I'm John Graydon. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks.